Welcome! This talk will introduce the topic of age estimates for the tree of mankind. And these are my collaborators. My name is Paul Mayer. I'm the population geneticist at FamilyTreeDNA, and some of my other projects include My Origins 3 and the Million Mito project. To begin, let's remember that we are an extremely diverse species. We've trekked across the globe for thousands of years, and as a result, there's a genetic tree that unites all people, although the tree is somewhat different for each segment of DNA. If we try to identify our ancestors using a DNA kit like this one, we might be able to do so with autosomal DNA. With some hard work and luck, you can find ancestors stretching back 6 generations ago. However, farther back than that, it becomes very unlikely that your ancestors gave you any DNA. Here you can see those ghost ancestors in red. They become more numerous farther back in time. Now, let's compare this to your Y-DNA genealogy. For females, this could be your father or brother's Y chromosome. Here's a patrilineal cousin with his own Y-DNA genealogy. At some point in history, you share a most recent common ancestor, or MRCA. Now let's just ignore the other lines in your family trees. I'm going to show you how much autosomal DNA is shared from your most recent common ancestor down to you and your cousin. You can see the shared DNA in blue get shorter and shorter, but Y-DNA is different since it doesn't recombine. The only thing that changes is that new mutations, shown by asterisks, might appear each generation. Those new mutations, if they group together descendants, can be used to construct a haplotree. The premise of our age estimates is that your genetic times to most recent common ancestor can infer your genealogical ones. Note that each tree does not automatically have a time element. See how this phylogram has branches and units of mutations. What we really want is a chronogram like this, where branches are in units of years. For example, Roberta Estes from DNA Explained has this beautiful male genealogy figured out from her family. We can use this to validate our haplotree. We can see that there are 4 shared branches here. We display that information in our new time tree. Here, each blue bar is a shared branch. The y-axis is time. Countries of origin are shown in the tree tips and on the map, and all age estimates are accurate for Roberta's genealogy. The median age estimate for each customer is shown here by haplogroup, and most people share a branch with someone less than 500 years ago. And this is ideal since genealogies tend to go back only this far. Our huge tree is partly to thank as it has recently expanded to 50,000 branches. Our work relies on the idea of a molecular clock or mutations accumulating steadily. But they don't always. This can lead to paradoxes in age estimates. Unlike other methods which either don't handle paradoxes or don't accommodate big trees, we do both. Our method is guaranteed not to have any paradoxes and uses ancient DNA for validation. Ancient DNA also informs this cool new migration map, which illustrates humankind marching across the planet. Here you see haplogroup R forming in Central Asia before R1b invades Europe in the Bronze Age. Here's Roberta's branch with all modern samples on the left and showing all her shared ancient DNA samples on the right. So to recap, our tree of mankind age estimates have tons to offer. They're more accurate, have no paradoxes, validated by tons of genealogies. The tree has over 50,000 branches, mostly 500 years or less per branch, offers ancient DNA comparisons, and this cool new migration map. All right, I hope you found this talk cool and useful, and stay tuned for future innovations.